Hey everyone, and welcome. In this explainer, we're going to get right into it and figure out how to build the perfect healthy plate. We'll break down the 7 essential food groups your body absolutely needs to thrive. The goal? By the end, you'll know exactly how to put together a balanced diet, one meal at a time. We hear the term balanced diet thrown around all the time, right? But what does that actually look like on a plate? What are we supposed to be eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner to really, truly feel our best? So, to help us figure this out, let's turn to a real expert, someone who does this every single day. Meet Tracy Healy. She's a school catering supervisor, which means her job is literally to build healthy meals for kids. And she puts it perfectly. A healthy diet isn't about a bunch of complicated rules. It's really just about getting the balance right. And, getting that balance right is absolutely critical. It's not just a nice idea. Because eating too much of the wrong things can lead to issues like obesity, but eating too little can cause malnutrition. The real goal here is to find that perfect sweet spot right in the middle. All right, first up, let's meet what I like to call the energy crew. These are the foods that literally fuel your body for everything you do. And leading this crew? Carbohydrates. Seriously. Think of these guys as the premium, high-octane fuel for your body's engine. They give you that immediate power you need for everything, from running a marathon all the way down to just thinking and breathing. And where do you find these amazing energy givers? Well, they're in a lot of the staple foods most of us eat every single day. We're talking bread, potatoes, rice, pasta, the classics. But wait. Carbs aren't working alone in the energy department. We've also got lipids, a word you might know better as fats and oils. And these are another absolutely crucial, kind of more long-term energy source for us. Okay, so how do we balance these two? Good question. The World Health Organization actually gives us a great guideline here. They recommend that over half, more than 50% of our energy should come from carbs, and less than 30% should come from fats. So you can see it really is all about getting those proportions right. Okay, so we've got our fuel sorted. Now let's move on and meet the team that actually builds and protects our bodies. First up here, we have proteins. I like to think of them as the body's construction and repair crew. They are the ones providing the essential building blocks to make new cells and fix up damaged tissues, like your muscles after a really tough workout, for example. And it's pretty easy to find these powerful building blocks. They're in a ton of different foods, like beans, eggs, fish, meat, and milk. Next up in our Build and Protect team, we've got a real dynamic duo, vitamins and minerals. Now, they work a bit differently, but they are both absolutely essential. You've got vitamins, like vitamin C to help fight off illness, and vitamin K, which helps your blood clot. And then you have minerals, like iron, which is so important for carrying oxygen around your body, and of course calcium for building strong bones and teeth. So that's what they do. But how much do we actually need? Well, the World Health Organization gives us a target. 400 grams of fruit and vegetables every single day. To put that in perspective, that's about 5 portions of 80 grams each. The whole 5-a-day thing, that's where it comes from. All right, now it's time to talk about 2 parts of a healthy diet that are incredibly important but often don't get the credit they deserve. Let's call them our unsung heroes. First up is fiber. And fiber is, it's kind of weird, but in a good way. See, unlike other nutrients, your body doesn't actually absorb it to use for energy or anything. Instead, it just passes right on through. But it plays a super important role on that journey. So what is that role? Basically, it's to keep your entire digestive system happy and running smoothly. Fiber adds bulk to your food, which, it helps everything move along the way it's supposed to and helps prevent things like constipation. You'll find lots of it in fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. And last but certainly not least, we have the ultimate unsung hero, water. It's so easy to forget about, isn't it? But get this, our bodies are about 70% water. It is literally where almost every single chemical reaction happens inside our cells. Plus, it's what makes up our blood, allowing it to transport all those other amazing nutrients exactly where they need to go. So, yeah, pretty important. All right, so we've met all 7 of our essential players. Now for the fun part, let's see how this all comes together on an actual plate. And to do that, let's go back to Tracy's brilliant example from her school cafeteria. A homemade pizza might not be the first thing that jumps to mind when you think healthy food, right? But it can actually be the perfect way to bring all these groups together for a balanced meal. See, it is all about how you build it. The pizza base, that's your carbohydrates. But then you can get clever. Grate some veggies right into the dough and pack the tomato sauce with them. Boom, you've just loaded it up with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Then, the cheese or meat you put on top, that's your protein and your lipids. And just like that, every single food group is right there in one delicious slice. And honestly, that is the single most important thing to remember from all of this. A truly healthy diet is not about restriction. It's not about cutting things out that you love. It's about getting the right balance of everything in. So, there you have it. You now have the blueprint for a healthy plate, and you know all 7 of the essential building blocks. The only question left is, what are you going to build? Thanks for joining me.